Hi everybody, this is Bethany from Teacher Sticker Shop. Today I'm going to explain how do we take a DXF file and use it to cut in the Silhouette Studio free edition. You don't need the paid edition to do this. If you have the paid edition, you can use the SVG file, but if you don't, you can use the DXF. All right. Now, in your downloads, I've already included a PDF guide with screen grabs on how to do this. But for those of us who feel better seeing a video, we're going to show you that. Now, here's what you have when you download first. You unzip the files. Okay, we explain how to do that here. I always put the folders on my desktop if it's something that I'm going to use quickly so that I know exactly where they are. So inside your folder, you have a black and white version of the social media trackers, which we're going to be using for the example. You have a Jpeg color version. Okay. And then you have here DXF, SVG. Those are your cut files. We also have a PDF, which includes both, just in case you hand cut, for example. I like to include the PDF. Now, we're going to open our Silhouette Studio space. Okay. And the first thing that we have to do is open our Jpeg file. Okay, so I'm going to go to Desktop, into my folder where my files are, and then I'm going to select. For this one, we're going to use the color. Maybe you want to use the black and white, but we're going to use the color. All right, now you see that it loads. It's very big. So what we have to do is just click on the image. You know that you've clicked on it because you can see these arrows and this little white box here. All right, then we're going to come up here and you can see width and height. This is where we're going to resize. And I always click the lock because it just locks in the scaling. It's not going to disfigure any of the images, okay? So we know that this is an 8.5 by 11 inches. That's a US letter size. So we're going to, on the width, hit 8.5, and then we just hit enter. It's automatically going to change it to 11 in the height, and that's because it's scaled properly. But it's all gone. Where is it? Don't worry, it's down here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Now, in order to get it onto our white space, we're going to go to Object, Align, and hit Center to Page. And there we go. Now, the next thing that we have to do is turn on our registration marks. So here, we're going to click, or you can go to View Registration Marks. Okay, it's going to bring you up to the same place. And you're going to select your registration marks for your machine. Now you can see, let's zoom in a little bit here. You can see that the registration marks are really close to this sticker, and there are some stickers in our shop where they're even going to be under the registration marks, and they won't cut that way. So what we have to do is adjust our registration marks. We do that by going here to Advanced Options, and then we just move all of these little inset bars to the lowest point possible, and you can see that the registration marks are getting bigger. Okay, it's not so much a problem with this file, but for example, our monthly layouts, we try to take as much advantage as possible of all of the space so that we're not wasting sticker paper, and you will have to move the registration marks there. Okay, so now it's time to bring in our DXF file. So this one's finished for now. We're just going to leave it here. If you go to send, for example, you'll see that there are no cut lines. That's because we have to add them. And we do that by doing this. We go to Open. And in our same folder, we're going to see a DXF cut file. So we just open that. And here's your cut file. What's happened is it's very, very big. Okay? But there's a really easy way to fix that. We're just going to go to Edit, Select All. Okay, that's just going to select everything here. Or you can do it with Command or Control A. And then we're going to go to Object and Group, or you can use your Command or Control G. So now whatever we do to it, it's going to affect the entire image. And like we did with our JPEG, we want to resize. Okay. Now this one's really easy. I know that it's 8.5. Okay, and hit Enter. But imagine that you don't know exactly what size it has to be. I would start around 6.5. Okay, it's going to make it a little bit smaller. That's okay. I'm going to show you how to do this one first. Okay, so you're going to click on it and then copy. Now you go back to your JPEG file and you're going to go to paste in front. Okay, and here you can see the cut file, just a little bit smaller. All right, so what we have to do is just grab it with our mouse. Oh, we grab the JPEG here. All right, we grab, let's see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that I can make sure that I'm clicking on these lines. All right, now I know that this is what's highlighted, so let's zoom back out. We're going to move it. We did it again. Move it up here. And then with these white boxes, you just pull it out a little bit. It's going to resize them, okay? Now this looks pretty good. All right, we're going to zoom in so that we can see exactly what it looks like. But the problem is it's not perfectly aligned. So what you can do is either you can select it, okay, you want to click on the line, and you can move it around, or you can also move it using your arrow keys on your keyboard, which I find to be really helpful, okay? So this one's still a little bit smaller. We're just going to move it up to the first corner here because I can see exactly where we're going. Now, I'm going to zoom back out a little and we're just going to make it a tiny bit bigger. That looks pretty good. Zoom in. Oh, and we have a little bit here where it's not exactly aligned because you can see the blue is outside the cut line, the white is outside the cut line. No problem, we're just going to fix it with our arrow keys. Okay, and that looks perfect. You can move it however you want, but this looks pretty great. Now, just going to zoom out so that we can see the whole picture. So now we have our JPEG file with our cut lines over it. How do you verify that you've done it right? Go to Send, and you'll see these big, bold, beautiful cut lines. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. If you already know the size of the cut file, all right, so I'm just going to delete the, oh, didn't want to do that. Cut file, come here. Just going to delete the cut file off of this, okay? And remember that I told you that I know that this file is 8.5 inches in width, so we're going to change it to 8.5. Looks perfect. We're going to select it. We're going to copy, and now go to Edit, and again, paste in front. And it's already the perfect size. We're just going to move it with our arrow keys so that it's perfectly over top of the boxes. Okay, I always like to zoom in here because you can see really well in detail whether or not it's lined up. And again, we'll go to Send just to make sure that our cut lines are here. They are. And this is where you send it to your cutting machine after you've printed. I don't have my cutting machine attached, so I'm not going to do that part of it. But we will, if it's a sticker that you're going to use a lot, okay, like these, I use one every week. So what I'm going to do is now that I've got both files together, I'm going to save it to my library. For example, social media trackers. Okay. And now we can get out of this. We don't need to save this. You can save it if you want to. All right. This you probably want to save to your hard drive. You can put it directly into the file. Okay, into this file that you've downloaded from my shop. Social media trackers, silhouette, for example, and it's going to save it as a Silhouette Studio file. So you can only use this file in your Silhouette Studio. All right. Now let's imagine that you want to pull out one of these just to cut. Go to your library. And you just scroll down to social media trackers, pull it up, and it's already here with your cut lines. So once you do this once and you save it into your library, it goes really, really quickly. I don't want to save these because I haven't done anything to them. And now, all of this is explained here in the PDF, okay? But in case this video helps you more, that's why we did it. I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.